Hello, my amazing artists. Welcome back to our third week of virtual learning together. I hope that you have been having a lot of fun with our different awesome art activities. I have to say, it makes me so happy to see your work on our Artsonia gallery. Thank you to my friends that have been posting their artwork there to share it with me as well as our other students, teachers, and our community. It makes me really, really happy. For week 3, I picked some more awesome art activities, and this first awesome art activity is called Analogous, Circle, Abstract. Remember, abstract art uses 3 different elements of art: line, shape, and color. In this art activity, we're going to pick 2 of those. We're going to use shapes and colors. But before we can even get started, let's talk about our learning target. I can create art using analogous colors. Now, the big question then is, what are analogous colors? We're going to need our color wheel in a little bit here to talk more about them and where they are in the color wheel. But before I dive too deep into our colors, we need to find some art supplies and do a little bit of drawing and tracing first before we can do our coloring. I'm going to go ahead right now and grab some art supplies out and show you what you might need to find at home as well. All right, artists, I've gathered up my art supplies that I need for our abstract art today. Here's what you have to have. You have to have at least 1 piece of paper to draw our shapes and color on. You're going to need your pencil and eraser. That way you can draw them, and in case you make any oops. I have a black crayon and a Sharpie here. That way I can trace them in a little bit. I also need to have some sort of colors. Now again, whatever colors you have at home that you would like to use, crayons, markers, even watercolor paints, oil pastels, whatever you want to use, pick one of those. And I have my color wheel ready. The other thing that you need to find is what shape you're going to use to trace. In my example, I'm going to use different types of circles. If you have other shapes at home that you would like to use, such as squares, triangles, even hexagons, what other shape or shapes, multiple shapes you would like to use is fine by me, as long as you use either one shape or many different shapes to trace on your paper for your abstract. All right, I hope that you have found the different art supplies that you need. To get started, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start tracing around some of my different circles that I have here. Maybe I might start with this one over here. And again, I'm going around with my pencil first, using one hand to hold my circle in place, and my other hand to draw with my pencil some of my different circles. Maybe I'll have a nice big circle in the middle. Maybe I can even overlap it with that circle I just made there. Again, use one hand to hold it down, and your pencil to trace around. Try to keep your pencil nice and tight against that circle. Maybe I'll go ahead and add another medium circle over here. And I'm going to keep going, adding my different circles in all different sizes, and then I'm going to trace it up really quick with my Sharpie. I'm going to speed up this part of the video just so you can see what it will look like when it's all done with this first step.
Alright, I have all my circles that I went ahead and traced, and then I traced them with my Sharpie to help make them a little bit bolder and easier to color. I don't need my different shapes anymore. I can go ahead and push those to the side, along with my pencil, Sharpie, crayon, and eraser. I don't need any of that, because it's time to start talking about our analogous colors. Now, unlike complementary colors that we learned in our first week, complementary colors are across from each other. Analogous colors, though, sit next to each other. For example, my friend red and red-orange sit next to each other. But also, unlike complementary colors, you don't need only 2 colors. You can use 3, 4, 5, or even 6 different colors that are next to each other on the color wheel. So, again, if you need to right now, pause, take a look at the color wheel, and figure out what colors you might want to use. For my example today, I think I'm going to find colors like purple, blue, blue-green, green, and even yellow-green. I'm going to use some of the cooler colors in my coloring. You go ahead and pick at least 3 or more colors that are next to each other on the color wheel.
I decided that I was going to use crayons for my example. One reason I like using crayons, besides that they're one of my favorite coloring materials, is also because they have lots of different colors that are next to each other, like analogous colors. So I have my yellow-green, green, blue-green, blue, blue-purple, and purple right here, and they have the names right on the labels ready for me to go. Now that I've picked my colors and what art materials I'm going to use, I'm going to start using my different colors on the different circles that I have. For example, maybe I'll put some yellow-green in this circle. Remember your good coloring rules while you're coloring. You want to stay inside your lines, fill up any large white spaces, and when you are coloring near the edges, make sure you go all the way to the edge. Now while you're using your analogous colors, try to mix it up. For example, if I did yellow-green there, I don't want to put another yellow-green next to it. So maybe I'll put some regular green around it. And then I'll keep filling in all my different spaces with these 6 different analogous colors that I picked. Again, trying my best to make sure that while I'm coloring, I put 2 different colors next to each other. All right, my friends, I'm going to keep coloring, and I'm going to speed up this part of the video to show you what it will look like when it's all done. All right, artists, I went ahead, I finished up coloring my whole entire analogous circle abstract. As you can see, I stuck to these 3 colors, and I tried to go through them right in a row as I was going around. Now, occasionally, I might have accidentally made an oops, and luckily with my crayons, I could color right over it and cover it up. Sometimes I left little gaps in some places, and I had to go back and color those in with colors that weren't already next to that empty spot. This is one way that you can color in your circle or shape abstract if you'd like to try a different shape or many different shapes on your paper. But when you're all done, it will have all these beautiful analogous colors right there on the paper, making this a really pretty example of abstract art. I hope you have a lot of fun finding different shapes around your home and using your color wheel to find what analogous colors you might want to use in your shape art. Have fun creating, friends!